Hello YouTube, this is En route, and today we're going to be discussing this very interesting topic. Birds of a feather flock together. What does this actually mean? We're going to break it down for you today. What birds of a feather flock together means is that you're going to become, no matter what, you're going to become the sum of the 5 people that you hang out with the most. So if the person that you hang out with the most smokes weed all the time, the likelihood that you're going to smoke weed is a lot higher. If the person that you hang out with is really fit and works out all the time, the likelihood that you're going to be fit as well from exposure is a lot higher. And the same goes for if you hang around people with unhealthy lifestyle habits, you will start to inherit those habits. And it has nothing to do with you, but more to do with the hive mind. What people don't understand is that when you get into a group, people start to intend to mimic each other. And it's something that we do as a survival mechanism because we want to ensure familiarity around us, and we don't want to make people feel uncomfortable. Now, the problem is that when we are afraid to, usually we're afraid to get out of our comfort zone because of the people around us. And the people around us, if we continue to hang out with them, if they're not comfortable elevating or leveling up or becoming better humans themselves, then it's going to be very difficult for you to level up yourself while remaining in that friend group. So it's very important that we really take the time to understand where we're spending our energy and why we're doing it, because it can seem a little bit mean and cold and callous and harsh to stop hanging out with your friends that don't really necessarily do the things that you do or want to do anymore. It can seem cold, but in reality, the only person that you need to live for is yourself. And if people are going to bring you down and they don't want to grow and they don't want to elevate and they don't want to be a part of the change, then they need to spend more time at the vibration and the place that they're at. And some people would prefer to stay there, and some people will eventually mature out of whatever it is that they're in. So I think that if we consider who we hang out with and who we give our energy to, the world will be a lot better place, because then we'll have more people aware of their energy. See, a lot of kids, like younger people, they don't understand that because they're so fit and healthy and young, and they're full of life and energy, and their body is still regenerating up until, like, I don't know, mid-20s, you tend to think that you're invincible and that it can just go on forever, with your drunken nights and this and that. But then when you get a little older, you start to realize that you really, truly only have a finite amount of energy during the day. And once you use it up, that's it. So if you choose to use your energy up with people that are, disrespectful to servers, or tend to not dress the best, and don't really care about if they're wearing something inappropriate in a more family environment, then those are the habits that you're going to think are okay. So you set the standard, you set the playing field for what you accept and what you think is okay. And here's your permission. You have permission to choose your standards. A lot of people get their standards from their family, and so they have no standards. And I'm here to tell you, you have permission to say, if I feel uncomfortable about something, then no. And even if that means maybe disrupting a relationship over it, then that's okay. Because if a person wants to make you feel uncomfortable in order to keep the relationship going, then it's probably not the best relationship for you. I mean, Obviously, if you're underage and things like that, then, you have to, if you're underage and you still live with people that are abusing you, or maybe not making you feel the best, or maybe they just don't really want too much for themselves in life, if you're living with people like that are very low motivated people, then the best thing to do is to kind of isolate yourself and start to watch YouTube videos about things that you are interested in, and start talking to people and hanging out with people on YouTube that resonate with and align with what you want in life. So it's just realizing that you do have a choice. A lot of times, and this happened to me for so long, that we block ourselves because an adult or somebody older than us tells us that this has to be this way, when in reality we don't realize that we're walking into the world of manipulation, and that people, there's not really a right way or a wrong way to really do things. There's just the way that feels the best to you. So with that said, birds of a feather flock together. If you want to be a certain person, then you need to start aspiring, hanging out with, and exposing yourself to those kinds of people.